the Beatles, and come on, baby, let's twist and chat now. That's the #1 record down in Florida right now. And your, cash or money order to Beatles Buttons, KDKA, Pittsburgh 15222. That's the zip code number, okay, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It costs $1.50 for 2 Beatle Buttons, and when you send your cash or money order, that includes, the handling and postage and all that shit. And then if you want to get one button, it's $1. To the same address, Beatle Buttons, KDKA, Pittsburgh 15222, Pennsylvania, and that'll do the trick. Or, if you're downtown Pittsburgh, stop in at the company, A.G. Trimble Company. That's on the 3rd floor, in the Jenkins Arcade downtown. I'm sure you all know where that is, room 3006. And it's funny, in the Jenkins Arcade, you really have to look around, you know that, for the rooms, because it gets confusing, but it's room 3006. Once you're on the 3rd floor, don't leave unless you get your Beatle button right. Stop in at Trimble Company. They're about 3.5 inches in diameter or radius. No, it wouldn't be the radius, diameter. With safety pin catch, and they're available for just 75 cents if you buy them at the Trimble Company in the Jenkins Arcade. This is the official Beatle fan button. I want to emphasize that because, they have to pay certain rights, or the company did, or something of that nature. So, in any event, this is the official Beatle button with pictures of the guys, and boy, they're really sharp. So, for your Beatle Button, here's the address again. Beatle Button, KDKA, Pittsburgh 15222, Pennsylvania. And the price is $1.50 for 2, $1 for 1. That's if you write. And if you want to stop in and pick them up, 75 cents a pop. Okay, Beatle time, and baby, it's you. In just a minute, 24 minutes before 8 o'clock.
Ice Guard. The world's first boron gasoline contains Ice Guard, a special added ingredient that protects you against fuel line freeze-up. You see, in freezing weather, water condensed from the air in your gas tank can settle in a low point in your fuel line and freeze solid. Gasoline can't get to your engine. You stop cold. The special Ice Guard ingredient in boron gasoline prevents water from freezing. Continuous use of boron with Ice Guard gives you positive winter-long protection against fuel line freeze-up, even in Pennsylvania's coldest weather. You don't have to go to the bother and expense of adding canned anti-icers to your gasoline. Ice Guard is already in boron, so you always have protection when you need it. Get the world's first boron gasoline with Ice Guard at any Boron Oil Company service station at no extra cost.
Come on home, baby, it's you. That's by the Beatles on the Clark Ratio. I want to play as many Beatles sounds as I can. So let me hustle along. The new record, Can't Buy Me Love, coming up by the Beatles. I've been thinking about going to the World's Fair in New York. Well, here's your chance. An escorted trip to the fair, giving you outstanding features at a price you can afford by Royal Travel Agency. Yes, for only $89, you can participate in a fabulous 4-day and 3-night tour to the World's Fair. This low, low price of $89 includes round-trip rail, 3 nights at the fashionable Belmont Plaza Hotel, admission tickets and transportation to the fair, grand tour and visitor's guide to the fair, and experienced escort from Pittsburgh back to Pittsburgh. Your tour will leave Thursday morning, return to Pittsburgh on Sunday night. Departures are set for every Thursday, beginning January. I'm in fine shape. Beginning June 4th and lasting all summer, and each tour group is limited to only 50 members. So, write today for full information so you can pick the departure date of your choice, one that fits in with your vacation schedule. Write to World's Fair, KDKA, Pittsburgh 22. That's World's Fair, KDKA, Pittsburgh 22, or call Royal Travel Agency. You can look in the phone book for that number, or, I'll give it to you now. I don't know how you remember these numbers, but it's Royal Travel Agency, 261-0873. And get set, though, for the adventure of a lifetime, the World's Fair. Here is the new one by the Beatles. Can't Buy Me Love. Oh, that grows and grows. Money Can't Buy Me Love. That's by the Beatles. Here's that address of the Beatles over in England. In case you missed it last night, I said I'd give it again tonight. You can write to the Beatles, first floor, Service House, 13 Monmouth Street, M-O-N-M-O-U-T-H, Monmouth Street, London, WC2, England. It's a crazy zip, isn't it? WC2, England. Got the address? So, ready? We're going to play the number oneer, and then, do you want to know a secret by the Beatles? That's kind of a wild, different sound.
Hi, Art Linkletter here for Quality Car Care at your Lincoln, Mercury, and Ford dealers. You know, kids say the darndest things. In a barber shop the other day, a 6-year-old came in alone, climbed up on a vacant barber chair, and piped, "Give me a haircut like my dad's. You know, with a hole on top. Well, you can always depend on kids to speak their minds. And I know another thing you can always depend on. The quality car care service you can get at your Lincoln, Mercury, and Ford dealers. Quality car care is the very best way to care for your Ford-built car. It includes factory-trained mechanics, special tools and equipment, and genuine parts. If you own a Falcon, Fairlane, Ford, Comet, Mercury, Thunderbird, or Lincoln Continental, you know that Ford-built means better built. You know your Ford-built car needs so little care, it makes good sense to give it the very best. Quality car care.
Here's the big one, number one. Do you want to know a secret coming up by the Beatles?
By authority of the Comptroller of Currency, United States Treasury Department, the Union National Bank of Pittsburgh and the Commonwealth Bank and Trust Company have merged. Now, Pittsburgh has a brand new bank with a century-old name, the Union National Bank of Pittsburgh. This merger will bring a number of new banking services and conveniences to our customers. Free checking accounts if a $200 balance is maintained. Consumer credit plans that make personal loans for many purposes. Special checking accounts for people who write only a few checks each month. And savings accounts that pay you interest 4 times a year. With our 29 new offices and more to come, courteous, convenient banking is available to you. So why not make the Union National Bank of Pittsburgh your full-service bank? Member Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation.
You'll never know how much I really love you.
Boy, is that a guess, huh? That's great. Do you want to know a secret? That's by the Beatles. Hey, yeah. Even applause for the control room on that stick. Boy, that's wonderful. Got to play more of that number, you know that? Do you want to know a secret? 10 minutes now before 8 o'clock. There's a girl getting a charge out of the Beatles or something there. Yeah, cut it out.
This is Marie Torrey of KDKA TV. Please excuse the chuckling. It's just that those Steve Allen scripts get funnier all the time. Steve, of course, is a great artist with many diverse talents and interests, and one who takes a great deal of pride in his work, whether it be as a writer, composer, author, or comedian, all of which seems to reflect on his many famous guests who seem to give just a little more of themselves when working with Steve. As a matter of fact, and for your own personal enjoyment, rather than me explaining this delightfully different program to you, why don't you see it for yourself? It's on Channel 2 every weekday night at 11:15 p.m., immediately following the News Tonight with Bill Burns and the Weather with Ken Kirk. I might also remind you to start each day with Daybreak, when television's wonderful trio, Don Riggs, Marcy Lynn, and Johnny Costa, will brighten your waking hours with light revelry, informative features, musical interludes, and latest news, all from 7 to 8:15 a.m. on KDKA TV.
All right, rule over Beethoven. Here are the Beatles.
This is a challenge sale. Here is a special announcement from Birch City Ford, home of the most affordable Ford. Bob Birch, president of Birch City Ford, issues this challenge.
I intend to sell 81 cars in 3 days to become the #1 Ford dealer in Pennsylvania. I want that #1 Ford dealer position, and I'll make any kind of deal today, any kind, to get it. I'll give you an over-allowance of hundreds of dollars on your trade-in. I'll extend my financing plan to the limit. If you have $97 in cash or trade, if you can afford a $39 monthly payment, I'll put you in a 1964 Ford today.
Birch City Ford will be open until midnight tonight. Birch City Ford is extending their hours, extending themselves to the limit to sell as many of those 81 cars as they can tonight. Bob Birch says,
If you make me a near reasonable offer tonight, I'll make you a Ford owner tonight. You won't get a better deal anywhere.
go to Birch City Ford tonight, 900 West North Avenue on the north side. Wide awake and selling till midnight. This is a challenge sale.
And this is the last record by the Beatles on the show tonight. Gee, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I played your favorites. If not, I'd like to do it again maybe next week, and I'll have to check on that and see what happens. This one knocks me out. Oh, Love Me Do. Oh, come on and Love Me Do by the Beatles. See you tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. Right now, KDKA presents an editorial by Fred Walker, General Manager of KDKA Radio. Mr. Walker?